let's make sure we got an ambulance on the road.
No one area in our state or no one fire department in our state can handle a major incident all on their own. They need that assistance, and that's what Lakes Region Fire Mutual Aid brings to you.
We lived in Gilmanton Ironworks, and a 234-year-old New Englander that caught fire on March 23rd of 2014.
And it got to be a pretty big fire pretty fast. We had a big barn, and it was an old barn, so it went up pretty quick. And we were really scared when we got outside and we saw what was going on because the barn was attached to the house. Obviously, we called 911 right away, and we were really impressed with the quick response time of the Gilmanton Fire Department. But what was really impressive, especially when we thought about it later on, was the number of fire trucks that were lining both sides of 140. It was a tremendous response to our fire.
Having a little knowledge about what mutual aid does, through the surreal experience of watching your house burn down, it was apparent what coordination was happening there, because it was just amazing when you look down the road. There were 15 fire departments there, and it was very close to actually burning into the house and destroying family heirlooms and things like that. I really feel we would have lost it if it hadn't been for the coordination that happens with mutual aid.
Well, what Laconia really values with our relationship with Lakes Region Mutual Fire Aid is the quality of dispatch service we get, the ability to call in mutual aid on a minute's notice and really be monitoring the entire call at the scene and really protecting our firefighters, our citizens, and the city of Laconia.
The value of automatic aid is instrumental in our ability to suppress fire. 86% of our fires now are being controlled pretty much no higher than a second alarm level. It's huge benefit for our officers responding to a building fire, knowing that they're getting automatic aid, bringing in 15 to 16 firefighters within the first 10 to 12 minutes.
The town of Bristol has had a great long-standing relationship with Lakes Region Mutual Fire Aid. Our partnership with Lakes Region Mutual Fire Aid is really twofold. It's a two-pronged approach. The first being that they provide us with 24-hour, 7 days a week, 365 days a year of dispatch services for all of our fire and EMS emergencies.
I think our biggest benefit in participation in the Lakes Region Mutual Fire Aid Association is the ability to obtain additional resources when situations arise that exceed the abilities of our own.
In Laconia, we really value the professionalism that Lakes Region Mutual Fire Aid provides for us in dispatch services and being able to monitor the calls live as they're occurring, to be able to respond with appropriate resources from neighboring communities. And we really see this as a regional benefit that a number of cities and towns participate in and benefit greatly from.
The obvious advantage is in a small town of 600 year-round residents, an incident can happen that goes beyond our capability of equipment and personnel to handle. And through the mutual aid system, I can call with a simple radio call. I can get the equipment and the personnel to help manage the particular situation I'm facing.
Waterville Valley is a unique community that depends heavily on the Lakes Region Mutual Fire Aid system. Unique in that we are a small community totally surrounded by national forest. We use resources such as personnel and equipment to supplement our services we have here.
With our membership in the Mutual Fire Aid Association, we can put a larger number of firefighters on the fire ground in a shorter amount of time, so that's a huge benefit to us. And the same could be said for apparatus. Sometimes situations arise that exceed the abilities of our own apparatus. For example, we do not have a ladder truck. If we needed a ladder truck, we can have one here through mutual aid in 12 minutes or less. And so we certainly see a great benefit to being part of the Lakes Region Mutual Fire Aid.
And we have a statewide fire mobilization plan, which Lakes Region Fire Mutual Aid has been an active participant in the development of and the execution of that plan. This plan has served on all hazards to mobilize in a timely manner resources that have helped in disasters such as floods, as well as major fires.
The other things Lakes Region can offer and does, and we take advantage of, is training. Through the training committee, there's all sorts of training in fire and EMS services, make a big difference for our personnel in Hebron to ratchet up their experience and their expertise.
When I'm at a building fire and I say, give me a third alarm, or fourth alarm, or fifth alarm, I know it's coming, and I don't have to worry about who's covering the city, because I know Lakes Region Mutual Aid is taking care of that for us at all times. And as a fire chief's perspective, it takes a huge burden off of you so you can focus on the task at hand, putting the fire out.
And on the other side, it gives us an opportunity to assist the towns around us with manpower and apparatus when they're faced with something that's larger than they can handle with their own resources. And one of the big things is you can bring in a lot of resources that doesn't cost the town any additional funds. We had a major structure fire in a large home in a very difficult place to access. There were 9 other departments came to support us because it was a place where there was no water. And those other 9 departments came in, worked some long hours with equipment and personnel, and it didn't cost the town of Hebron anything.
We also understand that we could not provide this service to our own citizens at the cost we pay Lakes Region Mutual Fire Aid. What they charge us is a fraction of what it would cost for us to build our own dispatch center.
If Laconia were to try to take on dispatch services on our own, we could not do that nearly as effectively from a cost basis and a quality basis as the services that we get right now.
Lakes Region Mutual Fire Aid, delivering the highest quality telecommunications, training and education, and emergency services coordination for our community partners and the public we serve.